Okay, how's it going, YouTube? So today I'm bringing you a nice YouTube exclusive. We're going to be doing Grixis Death Shadow. It's a deck I've always wanted to try out. The concept is you kind of get your life as not as low as possible, but low enough to make Death Shadow a decent sized creature, like a 4/4 or 5/5, or you get your graveyard big enough to cast Gurmag Angler, and you just beat down quick enough, and then maybe use Teamer Battle Rage to give them Double Strike and Trample and kill your opponent. To help with that, you've got Thoughtseize and Inquisitions to do hand disruption early. You've got Fatal Push to destroy their creatures. You've got Bolt to hit their face or more creatures. Terminate, again, creature removal. Snapcaster Mage is a way to recur any of these instants or sorceries that we have. Dismember is more creature removal and also hurts our life. And Street Wraith as a cycler to hurt our life. And Bobble as redraw. That's the basic rundown of the main board. In the sideboard over here, we've got Kolaghan's Command is more removal or discard or artifact destruction. We've got an Ashiok as a way to stop them from searching or exile their stuff. A Plague Engineer for the creature matchups. Camping Spheres for Tron. Again, Terminate as more creature removal. Collective Brutality as a nice modular card. Aether Gusts for red and green permanents, such as Blood Moon, or something that we have a hard time dealing with, Ceremonious Rejection to stop any colorless things, such as like E on one, or more Tron stuff. And then Surgical Extraction as removal from getting things out of the graveyard, such as an Uro or a Kroxa. That's the quick rundown of the deck, and I will see you guys for match one. Alright, here's match one. We won the die roll. We will gladly take the play. And consists of opponent wish us good luck. We'll mulligan this. Doesn't have a threat. We'll keep. It's only a one lander, but it's not a bad one lander because we've got multiple recycles. Do that. Bottom the Snapcaster. Lead off with Bloodstained Mire. Fetch. Watery Grave. Shock it in. Inquisition opponent. Okay. Mono red, take that. Bobble. See what they're drawing. Okay, they're drawing a mountain. They have Mountain Pass. We've got 3 in yard. Cast Bobble. So this will put 4. They're drawing a Bone Crusher. Okay. This puts 4 into yard. We can't do anything with this one land. We draw ourselves an additional card. It is Steam Vents, which means we will be able to cast a Angler next turn. Because we will have Street Wraith cycle into Steam Vents into Angler. Yeah, we kind of sort of have to pay the life here. That feels awful. but it does give us an angler. So we're at 10, but we've got a 5/5. Their hand currently consists of, as far as we know, Bolt, Light Up the Stage, Bone Crusher, and one unknown. Not bad. Swings, so they could Bolt trade here. We can go 3 into our yard. The problem is I don't want to take 5. Honestly, again, if they're bolting our dude, it's damage not going to our face. So yes, that trade happens. We draw another card there. We'll mill ourselves 2, draw. Because the problem is we can't really cycle these street race at this point. Or we cycle the 2 street race, we're dead to bolts. We just see what they have. You know that they have Stomp / Bone Crusher. Hitting lots of gurmag anglers here is not great for us. Assuming this is Stomp, hit us for 2, and then light up the stage. Abbott. Okay. Hit a mountain, plays a mountain. Abbott's interesting. Let's cycle 1 here, see what we can get. A push. We'll go ahead and push Abbott. So sadly we can't angler and hold up push, but we can push, or we can angler and have a 5/5 up. So we've got ourselves a decently sized blocker or attacker. They stomp us. They have light up the stage. Or they can firebolt, light up the stage, try to find a burn spell. They did not. Beautiful. Second light up the stage, still doesn't find a burn spell. We are at 4. Double Soul Scar. They are empty-handed, however. This cast, get rid of a Soul Scar. Problem is if I swing... Well, no. No matter what. Because this has haste. So if they draw a spell, I die. But I still have to hold back on the off chance. Swift Spears. Second Swift Spear, so I take 2. They swing out, I take 2. We block the Soul Scar. I go to 2. They have Bone Crusher. I need a creature off the top. Snapcaster blocks. Hope they don't hit a spell. That's a firebolt. Yeah. Okay. So facing mono red prowess. Brutality seems pretty good. Damping sphere doesn't seem bad. I don't know if it's necessarily what we want to be doing, but it doesn't seem awful from the aspect of making their stuff cost a bit more. We'll get rid of some street race here. Well, yes, they're free cyclers. They hurt us too much. We can shave a couple Thoughtseize as well here. Do like so. We could bring in the Aether Gust if we really wanted to. They could be running Blood Moon. We'll just be wary and be smart with our fetches. Assume they have Blood Moon. Get our swamp and our islands. We did keep a one lander and only saw one more land, but so this can fetch a swamp or the island, but we're dead in the water without anything. This is good. Keep this bottom the mire, I guess. Because we can fetch for a swamp, Thoughtseize opponent, and fetch for an island, Inquisition opponent, or Damping Sphere, depending on what we see on Thoughtseize. Let's get ourselves a basic swamp. Full Inquisition first. Soul Scar, Bomat, Abbot, Light Up. Can't really stop any of that. We can take the Bomat so they don't have such a great draw. Okay, they did Mountain Soul Scar, so their hand consists of that and one unknown. We could take the Light Up the stage here. That fetch for an island. I'm not opposed to Damping Sphere. Because Damping Sphere slows them down, and we'll Thoughtseize. Okay. They drew land. So we'll take up the light up the stage. So they don't have any way to gain much value. They go ahead and go for the Abbot. Hit a Swift Spear. Cool. Can't block it. We've got 4 cards in yard. Play out Sphere, play out Delta, pass the turn. Bomat. So we don't know what's in their hand at this point. They swing out. We can't block. For now. Go down to 11. Hmm. Go down to 10. We could shock in. To make Death Shadow a 5/5. Lead off on Death Shadow. And this costs 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we're 1 mana short. Bolts. The Shadow. Okay. And gets in for 6. We go down to 4. We can do 1 angler here. And if opponent has a burn spell, we die. Land, Crack Islet, Abbot. Okay. Abbot reveals Bone Crusher. They can stomp. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. You have stomp. We block there and go ahead and stomp. Why? Why not? Oh, can't because of Damping Sphere. We draw Watery Grave, and that'll seal our fate. Give the 2 life. All right, losing match 1 to Mono Red Prowess. I have a feeling that's a hard matchup for us. And so we weren't getting anywhere. All right, see you guys in match 2. Match number 2 has been found. Let's get into it. We won the die roll. We will gladly take the play. Hand doesn't have land. Hand has 1 land and lots, or 2 pieces of hand disruption with removal and a gurmag and more removal. We can keep this. We'll bottom the dismember. We'll get punished severely here. Fetch Shock for a Blood Crypt, so that way we have the red available to us. Because we know we need black. Shock it in. Inquisition opponent. Opponent is Taxes, or not Taxes, but Blue White Tempo is my guess. With a hand like that. So we'll take the paths and hope casting Angler's good enough. Snow-covered plains. So their hand consists of 1 thing that we don't know. Ooh, there we go. Thoughtseize opponent. It was a meddling mage. Go ahead and do that and pass the turn. So they can mage blind name something here. Sounds good. What you gonna name? Name's Fatal Push. All right. Um. Awkward. 1, 2, 3, 4. We were hoping that they were gonna name Death Shadow or Angler. I guess we could technically throw a Shadow here under the bus. So we know that their hand's 2 Quellers and 2 Unknowns. Have ourselves a 3/3. And can't Angler right now. Flashes in something here? Petty theft. Okay. And then Stoneforge can go get Batterskull. So another hand consists of removal, and a Skullman. So we could Death Shadow have a 5/5. I like that better than Gurmag have a 5/5. So it's definitely blue-white tempo. They path it. We say yes. Go and get Swamp here tapped. We take 2. No, we take 3 here. They're going to swing with all of them. We go down to 5. Opponent's got to be running low on paths. Well, they've got 1 left. So we could Angler, pitch them all. That 1, 2, hold up, Stubborn Denial. Opponent finally got their 3rd land. Yeah, they don't go swinging at all. We're at such a low life that we can't swing. Oh, they've got... Nope, can't do that. Because they've got the Queller mana. We have to wait for them to flash in. I wanted to be able to do stuff there. But thanks, game. We go down to 2. And now they have up Queller. So we could snap, terminate, terminate. We're still just stuck playing this game from behind. Just never the scenario you ever want to be in. We need 1 more mana. I guess if we swing, see if they block. It doesn't matter. Their out here is getting in with Brazen Borrower. And they've got the mana to do so. Queller here allows us to snap, terminate the Brazen Borrower. And then we die to the Queller. Because we're mana short. Queller gets in for 2. I could have also held up Queller. Alright. So blue-white tempo. That's what we're facing here. Another terminate doesn't seem bad. More Kolaghan's commands don't seem bad. Just that way our threats are spread out over multiple names. Their tempo, so we can shave on Thoughtseize, because Inquisition's just as good. And then we can shave on a Thought Scour. Why not? We'll see how this goes. Hopefully I stop hitting so many anglers. It's really a card you only want to see 1 or 2 of in a match. So, sure, we'll keep this, shock it in, Thought Scour ourselves. Cool. Not necessarily the cards we want to be milling over, but hey. And they go Flooded Strand Fetch. Have white. Giver. Okay. So we can land a turn 2 Shadow here pretty reliably. Because we could... it'd only be a 1/1. But it removes their giver. Kind of forces them to have a path to deal with this. Okay. White. Urges. Sure. Ourselves 2, draw 1. Play this into play tapped. Black Angler, pitch. Keep 1 Kolaghan's command. Have out a 5/5. White, Stoneforge. Cool. Gets Batter Skull. White has Path. Sounds good. Say yes. Get this swamp. Can't seize opponent. Get rid of that Batter Skull. They have Settle, Stoneforge, and Skull. Miss that. And we have 3. We'll be able to play out the second angler next turn. We know that they have the Settle. Look at our hand. Okay. They have Stone, so they have Settle, 1 unknown. Opponent gets Feast and Famine. Makes sense. Pro black, pro green. Land off the top. Okay. This fetch. Get a Watery Grave into play tapped. Angler. Just so that way we have a K command. Ouch! Can we stop drawing land? There's nothing left in this deck that can fetch. So in step, they put in Feast and Famine, and then they start going to town. Because they'll be able to hold up Settle. And this is one that makes us discard? Yeah. Peddling Mage, we'll go ahead and go. Since we're about to have to discard it anyway. Cast TBR. One can blind name Colligan's, well, not blind name. They can name Colligan's command from the yard if they really wanted to. Named Shadow. Okay. It's in for 3. I can't block it. We go down to 6. Can't discard a card, but they untap everything. They now have Settle mana, and we flood out. Neat. So, like, we can hold this angler back, but not gonna change anything. Resto, Flickers, Stoneforge. Yep. And we are D dead. Do they have anything else to get? Fire and Ice. Okay. so they can put in equip both swords. Ouch. Opponent's just toying with us at this point. Equips there, hits us for 7. Again, at this point, you should have been using Stoneforge to tap Stoneforge to then get in with more. Making sure you just turn your creatures sideways. You did. Congratulations. We weren't going to get there. Ouch. Starting off this league 0-2. Well, still a possibility to come back, though. See you in match 3. All right, match 3 has been found. Let's get into it. All right, we won the die roll. We will take the play. Hand's got Thoughtseize, Cycle, Scour, and an Angler. We'll try it. Just go with the Shock Thoughtseize. Okay, we're looking at Rack is my guess. So we'll take the Thoughtseize for now. Land Inquisition can take Thought Scour. Cycle. Okay, not a bad hit. And what is Smallpox? Each player loses 1 life, discards a card, sacks a creature, sacks the land. Okay, they're probably not doing that. Pay the life, pass the turn. As field, so could Spyglass. Also has push. Both are options. Ratchet Bomb. Okay. So we know what's in their hand. Inquisition. What a beautiful top card. Inquisition opponent, take away their Murderous Rider. Then we can fetch here for a swamp. And play out 1 big boy. Making their Smallpox enticing to them, but very detrimental to them. Well, there's the Smallpox. Yep, clicked the wrong thing there. They have Spyglass, Push, and Pox. Okay, they go for the Spyglass. Exactly what we were hoping for. They'd be more scared of us while having up Stubborn Denial mana. Names Royal Scions. Okay. Okay, opponent. We'll cycle here. Land's not great. Get in for 5. This ratchet, I'm gonna have to try to uptick to 7. So the hand consists of push and smallpox. They can't push this ever. So they could go for the smallpox here. They go for the field. We will float the blue. Get an island. We'll lose our blue. Stubborn denial their smallpox and go and get ourselves another blue source. We'll go ahead and bobble, see what they're drawing. They'll be drawing Liliana of the Veil. Okay, that's a good card to Stubborn Denial. We draw Push. Card seems pretty bad. Still gonna counter your Lily. And there goes your Spyglass. Doesn't change the clock that you've been under. Take opponent down to 5. And it's their go. They need an answer to this angler. They draw a card and lose 2 life. Cool. So looks like mono black. My guess is rack. We didn't see any rack effects, but we didn't exactly see any or mini threats. So we'll go like that. Board out a push. Gusts are bad. Engineer's bad. Don't know if Terminate's bad or good. I know Call Against Command's worth it. Yeah. Missing a threat, but Watery Grave here, Inquisition, and then we have Thought Scour. Marsh Flat Swamp. Inquisition. Yep. So we don't have a threat, but we've got a good amount of stuff that they're probably not too happy with. They take our Inquisition. Makes sense. Bloodstained Mire, Bobble. Wait. They go with a Lockthwain. Let's go ahead and see what we're drawing here. Stubborn Denial. I really don't want to draw that card. So we will fetch and shock. And in our instep, or in their instep, Thought Scour ourselves. So they can't do any shenanigans. Okay. Passed over some good cards, but filled up the yard a bit. And clings. Okay. They cling or Thought Scour. We draw a card at the upkeep. We draw a card for the turn. Okay. Multiple Thought Seizes are interesting. And Bobble. Let's go ahead and see what we're drawing. It's Battle Rage. Okay. Looks like we're going to be stuck on one land. Draw ourselves an additional card off this Bobble. It's our land. That's great. However, this is probably Lily Smallpox. Okay. Player loses a life, discards a Thought Seize. And then they sack one of their swamps. Seems pretty good, opponent. Ouch. And we can wait. Because minimalistically, we can hold up Stubborn Denial in case they try to go for a Lily. Mutavaults. Ratchet Bomb. Okay. Not exactly something we want to be countering. Thought Scour ourselves. Okay, hit over land, but hit a Gurmag Angler. Ouch. Now we just have a bunch of uncastables. I'll make you pay the one. Yep. Never getting to the point where we can cast an angler. Let's... yeah, let's just go ahead and concede to save time. We're not getting out from us having one land. Okay. Again, don't disagree with how we boarded. Arguably, we could bring in Ceremonious Rejection. Bring those in for, like, Dismember. Sure, we'll keep. This fetch shock for Watery Grave. Inquisition opponent. See what they've got. They've got Thoughtseize, Inquisition, Ratchet Bomb, Murderous Rider. So they'll have a couple of pieces of hand disruption. Take the Murderous Rider, put a stop on our opponent's upkeep to see what they're going to be drawing, play out this Bauble, pass the turn. Yes, they'll be able to take either Temur Battle Rage or Stubborn Denial here, but we've got Knowledge. So they drew a Mutavault for the turn, so they'll have 4 lands. There's an R3, they play out a Swamp, and then is it Inquisition? Okay, it's Thoughtseize. Trying to hit Angler, doesn't. But takes the Stubborn Denial, so we can't try to stop them from Ratchet Bombing next turn. We draw a card, and then draw for the turn. Hitting that many lands is extremely unfortunate. Let's Saintmire pass the turn. Opponent plays out Mutavault, and then they can Inquisition, take our last Battle Rage, and see that we have flooded out. Fetch for a Blood Crypt, why not? We draw a Bauble. Play out the Delta, play out this. Go ahead and fetch, put it into play tapped, Steam Vents, why not? And then stop on our opponent's upkeep, so that way we get 2 draws and they don't get to take our stuff. Okay. You know, a good chunk of our opponent's hand. They have 1 unknown. We draw off of Bauble, and then we draw for turn. Okay. All right. Put a stop there, go there, pass turn. They go ahead and put a charge counter on Ratchet Bomb, and we will go ahead and go with target play discards a card, destroy target artifact. Black, red 1. They discard Orborg. Play out the Blast Zone. And then play out second Ratchet Bomb. All right. They have 1 card in hand. We don't know what it is. My guess is probably Pox? We have enough to snap Kolaghan's command on their draw step. Do we do it draw step? No, we do it upkeep. Fetch for a swamp. Snap K command. And flash it back. It was another Orborg was what they were holding on to. Okay. Combat, swing the snappy boy. And play out a big boy. Cool. We can go ahead and remove these for now. Inquisitions us. Take our dismember away. So they have a mutavault. Ooh, snap. Like this. We get to go swinging in here. They boot up the mutavault. What, did they block the angler? Please tell me you're blocking the angler. Blocks snap. Is this if you control? So we could give snap double strike. But no. That's just silly. We let that happen. They take 5. They go to 11. They're hoping that we don't have snap stub. So they've got a card. Let's see what you got, opponent. It's a land. Cool. Snapcaster. TBR. TBR the angler. Combat, get in for 10. Opponent's down to 1. They can't use that fetch land. There we go. We got match 3. Awesome. Match 4 has been found. Let's hop into it. Aw, we finally lost the die roll. Interesting. Hand doesn't have a threat. Hand has a redraw and hand disruption. We'll mulligan. This hand gets to a pretty fast shadow, so we'll keep. Bottom of Blood Crypt. Hope opponent. Okay. Well. And fetch shock Gravecrawler. Okay. I'm at a complete loss as to what opponent's doing. Okay, they bobble us. They saw that we get an Inquisition. Cool, so we do get to see what opponent's doing. This fetch shock. Inquisition opponent. Ah, it's the Fiend Artisan deck. Okay. We'll go ahead and get rid of Fiend Artisan then. Pass the turn. So they play out the Verdant and the Gravecrawler that they had. They choose not to attack us. Makes sense. This we will fetch Shock. I guess Blood Crypt. So we have access to all our colors of mana. Black, black, shadow, shadow. Because we have fetch, shock, get them both to 4/4s. And the Gravecrawlers can't block and they don't want to swing with them. So we're at 9. This is 12. Show me push, opponent. Cool. So Abzan Fiend Artisan is my guess. We had it that way. We could have also gone Dismember, one of their grave crawlers. Increase these guys both by 4. Or 2. No, 4 would have to be lethal. Okay. They're doing stuff with the graveyard, so we can bring in this Ashiok. And they've got some rather big creatures. We could do that. We could bring in Plague Engineer. I don't think we want to be doing too much. Is he pitching Thought Scours? Keeps us with Dismembers, terminates, pushes, Inquisitions, Thoughtseize. We'll shave one Thoughtseize, one Thought Scour instead. Just shave the numbers game. Okay, it's got a turn 1 Inquisition. And then Snapcasters, Bobbles, Terminates, Bolts, Battle Rages. I'm not opposed to it. We'll try it. Stitcher's Supplier. Makes sense. Mills themselves over 3. Okay. This we will fetch and shock for a Watery Grave. Or Blood Crypt. Blood Crypt. Inquisition. Renegade Rallier and Carrion Feeder? Yeah, no Rallier, please. Cast that. We can go ahead and just see what they're drawing now. They'll be drawing a bobble. Okay. So they'll have feeder. They can fuel their yard a bit more. We drew bobble. Okay. They have carrion feeder, which they can sack. We know that their hand consists of Godless Shrine and Overgrown Tomb. Push the feeder now. Of course, if they want this supplier, they have to do it now. Okay, they mill 3. They put a counter. And then they lose out. We can bobble. Let's stop on their upkeep. Bobble them there. They want to bobble themselves. Okay. They did not like the card on top. So they put in Overgrown Tomb tapped. Let's go ahead and see what opponent's drawing here. Drawing a Renegade Rallier. Okay. Yep, so they'll be able to play Rallier next turn. This is going to go get ourselves a Steam Vents. No, Watery Grave. Watery Grave tapped. We draw for Bobble. We draw for turn. Okay. You know, I'm not opposed to just going for this Inquisition. Take the Rallier. Blue this, snap. Get Inquisition. Cast Inquisition with flashback. Then they have a Vingy Boy. Okay. Vingy Boy's been played. Is 4-3 with haste. No blocks. We'll go down to 11. Island. Bolt the Vengine. Combat swing for 2. So I don't want to be arrogant here, but I think that we've got a pretty good handle on this game. They've got 1 black. Thought seizes us. I mean, it's a bit awkward. Like, make your thought seize cost 1 more. So that way if you have Rallier, you can't rally. And now they can take Terminate or TBR. They take TBR. And they play out the Wayfinder. And it's reveal. Put a land into hand. They played Swamp. Okay. Ashiok here would be real good. That ain't an Ashiok. Go ahead and terminate. And just start beating face down with Snapcaster. $11 all. Stitcher Supplier. Mills a good chunk of their library. And they have a 1/1. Ouch. At this point, we really need card draw. We shall pass the turn. They play a land tapped. Okay, we can thought scour ourselves a bit here. Ouch. Hit some cards. Not great for us to hit. We could dismember. We've got the mana. Let's go ahead and get an island here. Oh wait, we already have our island, so I guess it's Blood Crypt into play tapped. Pay the full price of this dismember. Okay, mill 3. Okay. Get in for 2. They're down to 9. In all honesty, we should have targeted them with the Thought Scour instead of ourselves. Because if, like, Fiend Artisan comes down here... Well, let's see what you were debating about playing a Bloodghast. Okay. Makes sense. And next turn we can just Street Wraith. Opponent's holding cards to try to get to the point where they can Vengevine. Go ahead and cast Street Wraith here. Combat Swing. Take opponent down to 5. We have lethal on board, so they need to play at least one blocker. How many Vengevines do they have in the yard? 2. So Wayfinder finds them. Ooh, Vengevine 3. Do they have another creature? Bloodghast comes back, but that's not played. They draw a card. Play Bloodghast, get back 3 Vengevines, so we can only block 1. Okie doke. Let's begin sideboarding. Anything I want. Surgicals. Surgical seems real good. And then we will pitch... Thoughtseize and a push. We just needed a better clock there. Would love to play first. Nope. Sure. Keep bottoming stub. Shock it in Inquisition. You see Luris, Push, and Bloodghast. Okay. Get rid of Luris. Or it's just going to be a problem. Wow. Two draws, both lands. Feels good. Okay. So they'll have Bloodghast here. Yep. Fetch for a tapped Blood Crypt. Play out yet another land. Go with the Bloodstained Mire. See what opponent's drawing. Carrion Feeders their draw. Okay. Ouch. On a scale of 1 to land, how much will we flood? Chooses to hold the feeder. Fetches with the Verdant. So they've got 2 unknowns right now. Shocks in. Second Bloodghast comes down. Okay. And feeder. Okay. We're about to be in trouble here. If we didn't have the bolt, that is. Don't know why you wouldn't have swung with that Bloodghast. Guess we'll get Watery Grave tapped. It doesn't matter. Vulture Carrion Feeder. Cool. This, pass turn. So that way, if they get the mana to play the Vengevine, we can tell the Vengevine no. Bloodghast number 3. And a Gravecrawler. Alright. Are these zombies? No, they're vampire spirits. Fetch yet again. Blood Crypt. Bloodstained Mire. 2 cards in hand. We know it's Vengevine and Push. We'll get rid of the Push. Just to confirm, it was Vengevine and Push. Okay. We're staring 8 in the face. Wayfinder. On the sideboard, we don't have any. Yeah, the only thing that we could do would be that. Okay. Combat goes raw. Fetch down to 12. Get a Steam Vince into play tapped. Push the biggest threat. We take 8, go to 4. Bantu's Last Reckoning. Damnation. Oh, wait. We didn't run those cards. Cool. We lose because we flooded out. Unfortunate way to lose to them. Sadly, it's how Magic goes sometimes. But I'll see you guys for match 5. All right, match 5 has been found. Let's hop into it. See if we can't get half our money back. In this league with a 2-3. Hand's got threats. But it doesn't do much else. I favor having interaction over having threats. Whether or not that's correct, I don't know. But Inquisition now, see what they've got. Okay, well, that's Natural Tron. And that's a ballista that we got rid of. Oh no, they're missing tower. So mine gets played and then they'll go get tower. Seize. Yeah, no thanks. I don't want to deal with an Ugin. That's opponent's hand. And here goes tower. So they'll be able to scrying for anything. That crack it, float a green, draws a card. Worm coil. Awkward. Happened to be a happened to be a creature spell. Ouch. Because we know 2 of the cards in their hand. So this, go ahead and see that it's just lands. Take the scrying. We're down to 9. Worm coil has us dead in 2. Worm coil takes us to 3. Tower. Okay, so they're flooding out. We need angler here. That won't do it. We can dismember by ourselves 1 more turn. We'd see Thought Scour. Thought Scour would mill over these 2, and then we'd draw the angler. Be able to play the angler. Problem is angler's jump blocking, so we get one more turn after that. Thought Scour. We'd mill over 2, and then we'd see Thought Seize. Cool. We weren't getting there, ever. Sphere comes in. Rejection comes in. As far as what comes out, Inquisitions and pushes seem pretty mediocre. That's 6. The only thing I could think of that we could try to do cheeky wise is Thought Scour them, hit a Tron piece, and Surgical Extraction the Tron piece. We can take out pushes and bring in K commands though. Minimalistically, it's discard 2 damage. Other times it'll allow us to destroy artifacts. Doesn't seem terrible. Yeah, we'll keep this. Turn 1 Ceremonious Rejection sounds pretty good. Stop that map. Stop map, stop star. Either way, slow him down for enough of a time. This fetch shock. Pass turn. Counter the map. Cycle into a Thought Seize. That's pretty great for us. 13 Thought Seize opponent. So they have mine, plant, and a star. Take the Karn. Albeit they're not casting Karn quickly. The problem is our shadow's only a 2/2. We need to grow our shadow. That'll help grow shadow. Swing with the 5/5. Okay. We'll let the star happen. They use star to float a green. Cool. They now no longer have green mana. Second shadow. Combat swing 5. We've got up 2 stubborn denials here. Opponent staring at lethal on board. Cool. All right. Got game 2. Let's see if we can get game 3. Nothing I really want in. Lots of death shadows. And the Thoughtseize. Oh, we keep this. It's got a redraw. It's got Thoughtseize. It's got triple shadow. Fetch, shock, Thoughtseize. Take the wormy boy. Cast the bauble. Pass the turn. Stop on. Oh well. We didn't get to see what they were drawing because I hit 2. They go for the forest. Interesting line. Meaning that they probably drew scrying. Ballista on 1. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what we're going to be drawing here. Ouch. Drawing another land's not good for us. Polygon's command, however, I can get behind that. So fetch. We can get just a swamp here. Yeah, no need to shock. Because if we shock, these Death Shadows are only 1/1s anyway. Goes with a power plant. It's in for 1. And they have... Okay. So they have Ulamog and 1 unknown. This doesn't sound like a bad shatter discard. Pet shock. Red black 1. Discard a card, destroy an artifact. Veil of Summer. Ouch. Everything's got hexproof. So they'll be drawing Karn. Power plant number 3. Okay. Yeah, Ballista gets in. Karn the Great Creator, down tick, go get bridge. That's my guess here. Goes and gets Liquimetal Coating. Okay. Fetch for the island. Death Shadow. Death Shadow. Did I mention Death Shadow? Okay. They go and get an artifact card. I'm assuming it's about to be bridge. Mm. Yep, it's bridge. Tracks map. Okay. They go and get Blast Zone. Okay. That's a card. No. Ballista's not getting in there. Bridges, or that Blast Zone's blowing up next turn, so we need... So they block, they take 14. Hot Seas. I mean, we take the Ulamog. This is lethal. Is it? No. Yes. They go to block. Cool. Okay. I still shock in and go to 2. Damage? 22, yeah. All right. So ended 2-3 with Death Shadow. Overall, deck is very fun. It's got a lot of lines, lots of tricky plays. It's a fun one. I probably could have piloted a bit better. Probably could have kept some better hands, thrown away some worse hands. But it is strong. It's a great deck. Definitely recommend if you have been wanting something that plays similar to Death Shadow. Like I said, this entire month of August is going to be kind of just exploring a bunch of different stuff, see, just to get a feel again for all the decks in Modern. Let me know if there's any specific deck you want to see. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all next video. Bye.